Good evening, televiewers. Thanks for joining us on the 6:30 p.m. edition of News on My Media Prime Television, coming to you live from Douala, Cameroon's economic capital, with me, Fon Quinter. And today's newscast, we shall bring to you highlights of President Paul Biya's 40th anniversary, and will begin in the Mungo division of the Lithowa region, where militants of CPDM Mungo subsection yesterday joined their counterparts nationwide to celebrate the 40th anniversary of Biya's accession to Supreme Magistrate. Activities in the division began with a meeting chaired by the president of the Mungo Divisional Follow-up Commission, Minister Nolinga joining with details in this report.
Sunday, November 6, 2022, CPDM militants celebrated with pomp and splendor the 40th anniversary of the accession of Paul Biya to the Supreme Magistracy since 1982. In Kongsamba, the celebration began with a meeting on November 4 at the Peace House, chaired by the president of the Mungo Divisional Follow-up Commission of the CPDM, Minister Nolinga.
The first recommendation was mobilization. A very strong mobilization for the celebration of this great event, this great anniversary of the President of the Republic. This is the first recommendation. The second, and which for me and most of them is the first, is to organize a communal mass celebration to make sure that we pray for the President, to make sure that we pray for peace for Cameroon and for our party.
It was also an occasion to inform the political class of the division about the focus of the CPDM Central Committee in line with the 40th anniversary celebration.
Voilà comment ça va se passer. Et si nous nous mobilisons maintenant, nous allons gâcher la fête. C'est pour cette raison que nous vous réservons une touche tout à fait particulière pour l'entité que nous qualifions de 3 ans pour son excellence, M. Paul Biya.
Minister Nolinga urged subsection presidents and regional advisors, as well as parliamentarians of the Mungo, to be more committed in order to better manage future challenges, but above all to support without reservation the idea of peace and national integration, well defended by His Excellency President Paul Biya.
In Bamenda, chieftain of the Northwest Region, CPDM militants pledged their commitment to the party's head as he celebrated his 40th anniversary in power. The Secretary General of the party, Fon Quinter, urged militants to get ready for upcoming elections. Our Northwest correspondent Charles Kiwa completes the story from Bamenda.
The 40th anniversary celebration of President Paul Biya's accession to power in Bamenda was at the Commercial Avenue Grandstand, with CPDM following hail President Paul Biya for fostering development in the region despite the ongoing crisis.
Powers concern, powers in place, give us the means to think that we will do so many things. Because as of now, we have more than 57. We don't have 57 youths now. The uniforms that they have, when they came out, they can work. They are prepared to work.
Schools that he has brought during these 40 years. We have some roads that he has brought to these 40 years. We have University of Bamenda. We have so many recruitments that have taken place. And above of recent, because of the special status, yesterday we have benefited from a gas filling station.
40 years in Bamenda development, 40 years of development, 40 years of problem with this great country. So 40 years, what kind of great family? Prices all over, where Cameroon has not yet increased the price of petroleum products. We know it is down to the industry. And I know all over the country, the industry has been very, very calm and looking for genuine solutions.
The head of the permanent delegation to the Northwest, Philemon Yang, reminded CPDM followers and the people of the region President Paul Biya the past 40 years strives on promoting the development of the region through democratization, decentralization, and the special status with schools and hospitals dotted all over the region. The colorful anniversary celebration in the presence of the Secretary General of the CPDM, Fon Quinter, a special guest who chaired the 40th anniversary of the New Deal government, told the CPDM supporters to start getting set for upcoming elections, giving their support to President Paul Biya and the party, through whom the development objective of the region can be achieved, insisting the party must never fail. He salutes those who continue to be still fast to the ideologies of the party in the face of threats, destruction of their properties, while call on non-state armed men to drop their arms and embrace peace.
Daily life in the northwest and southwest region should be an important lesson to our brothers mentioned above, that it is time for them to lay down their arms and join the law.
CPDM supporters pledged their commitment to the party's chair in a motion of support, citing amongst the recent gas plant filling station whose foundation stone was recently laid in Bamenda and others as great achievements of the CPDM New Deal government in 40 years. Lighting of the anniversary cake and traditional dance animate the day.
We stay in the northwest region of Cameroon, but this time in Santa subdivision, where militants of the CPDM party have renewed their confidence in the party chair Paul Biya. This was on the occasion of the 40th anniversary of Biya's accession to power at the Santa Council. Get details right ahead. Through a motion of support, militants and sympathizers of the ruling CPDM party in Santa have saluted the 40 years of President Biya's leadership, which they qualify as astute and productive.
It is equally an occasion for me to remind them, to reiterate the need for us to galvanize our energy for the development of this area. Unity is strength. And when we come together in the spirit of peace, unity and love.
The celebration at the Santa Council Hall Sunday, November 6th was a moment for militants to review the miles covered in the context of New Deal agenda.
The head of state for the past 40 years has done a lot for Santa subdivision in the economic, political and social domain. Economically, we have farm-to-market routes. We have so many other infrastructures. Socially, we have a lot of schools in Santa. I am one of the products of these 40 years of trust that he has invested in Santa subdivision.
They are unanimous that President Biya, in the economic, political, social and cultural aspects, has held them at high esteem through youth empowerment visions, macro and micro projects, as well as political compensation. They, however, seized the opportunity of the feast to table a few demands, amongst them the transformation and recognition of Santa as a division.
Nous avons besoin d'un département ici à Santa et c'est l'État qui doit nous donner le nom. Nous serons très contents.
On the occasion of the party's anniversary in Santa subdivision, militants affirmed that Santa, as yesterday's baby, is now an adult, as her agricultural potentials, cosmopolitan and geographical nature has favored a wider range of economically positive activities. Away from President Biya's 40th anniversary, members of the Popular Action Party have successfully installed their Lithoral Congress. The event, which brought together militants nationwide here in the economic capital, has seen Tegen Taya Terence instituted into office as lead of this bureau. Get details in this report compiled for us by Nolinga.
These are die-hearted militants of the Popular Action Party witnessing the installation of the Littoral Bureau of the PAP. The political party, whose main aim is to promote democracy and fight all traces of marginalization and corruptible practices in the country, has also witnessed the institution of Tegen Taya Terence as head of executive to lead the Littoral Bureau.
Take your constitution.
But how ready and apt is the new regional leader?
In the first place, I will say it is a call of duty from heaven. And it's a mandate that automatically has to bring joy, not just to me, but to the nation as a whole. Yes, I've been called to take the mandate to manage Littoral, and I just want to bless God because we have the right people around to be able to help pilot the right things of the country. So truth be told, if I say I'm not happy, therefore I am a liar, because everybody around is happy because of this mandate.
While chairing the event in the midst of PAP party bigwigs like Fabrice Lena, amongst others, the national president Jean Denis Tabe, while appreciating participants, has also told the press it was a twin event.
The ceremony was not only on the aspect of the installation of the bureau. We also had to join two into one ceremony, which has to do with officializing our alliance with the MPSC of Mr. Abubakar Siddiqui.
Landscape of Cameroon as the Littoral Bureau goes to work.
PAP, action now.
On our feature page, Eileen Sama took interest in the use of social media by teenagers, focusing on its advantages as she spoke with a child protection officer on how best they can explore the various social media platforms. Her report.
Maintaining existing friendship is reported as one of the most common reasons for using social media. As today's teens grow up, they view social media as an online space and place to hang out and connect with friends. But what is a social media?
Social media are defined as a set or the set of interactive internet applications that facilitate collaborative or individual creation, curation, and sharing of user-generated content. They are an increasing persuasive aspect of everyday life, and everyone is exposed to social media, including teenagers of ages 13 to 19, and even toddlers, because they find pleasure in some of what they see in social media.
However, teens use the social media for diverse reasons, as Stephanie Weber, a child protection officer, highlights the positive sides.
Social media has come to enable teenagers feel very comfortable. It makes them feel comfortable in the sense that it creates opportunities for them to navigate other communities and understand what different people of their age groups are thinking about in the different parts of the world. For those who are in school, social media has come to expose them to more information that is more circumcised.
The child protection officer adds that social media helps improve social skills in teens.
It creates a friendly feeling for them. Social media helps in boosting social interactions among teenagers. It is more comfortable everywhere children are. They can initiate new relationships without feeling very, very anxious. Social media also makes them feel very smart. It helps to improve social skills.
Nonetheless, Stephanie says the disadvantages of the social media are also numerous, and parents should guide teens not to fall into wrong sites.
We understand that there is a lot that is embedded in social media, and teenagers spend most of their time trying to explore, to discover what is embedded in social media. They have access to applications too. They explore what is available, or they get information from there on what is happening around the world. It is true, social media has come to stay. It has its advantages and its disadvantages. But as it holds, as teenagers, they are still under the supervision and care of their parents or caregivers or guardians.
Thus, other experts say it is okay for teenagers to use the social media as long as they use it properly, especially for educative, entertainment, and self-expression purposes.
Now, as the year 2022 comes to an end, loads of atrocities have been occurring in the country, with such scenes on the rise. Some Cameroonians have reacted differently to these sad happenings, often linked to occultism, while advising people to be more careful and prayerful. Ewane with details in this report.
of the end-of-year festivities, and as usual, strange occurrences that have marked the end of year over years have begun. A case in point is in Yaoundé, where a married man was discovered dead in the room of his alleged concubine. In Bekoko Douala, the corpses of 5 girls were found in a bush with their body parts removed. Also in Dibombari, another fellow was discovered with body parts of an unknown individual. These and many more have once again raised eyebrows on why these mostly happen during the end of year.
It's not a first scenario we are witnessing, and if, to my own understanding, I know that it must be for rituals. You know, December is fast approaching, and most of these occultic people, they would like to do those spiritual things that will bring them money. So at this point in time, this is the period. This is a period. It's not strange. It's something that's been occurring in the years back, so it's not strange.
Shome Sidolin, a Douala city dweller and a mother of 4, says it is a quest for fast money that always pushes youth into some of these ritual killings.
I see that in Cameroon there are many atrocities happening these days because young men want to go in for money that they don't work for. So we are going to advise our young children that they should work before having their own money. Because if you don't work, you want easy money, you're going to enter into problems that you're not made to be. So I will advise my boys that they should work. Hard work is the key. If you work hard, even though you'll be hard for the moment, then you're going to enjoy it, because there's a saying that no sweat, no sleep.
While one can never be too sure of when danger knocks, Nurse Cynthia Ngofi says the best way out is to rely on God for protection.
We should try to be conscious of the life that we live. We should not live lives like, we should not depend on only everything. Yes, because we have so much love in everything. Maybe someone promises you money, or you go out on a date for earthly reasons, like you want to dress up, you want to look good, to oppress others. No. So me, what I have to say is we should fear God. That's the highest I have to say. Yeah, we should be more prayerful.
While hoping that no more blood is spilled in this regard, persons are encouraged to be very prudent as they go about organizing their various end-of-year activities like weddings, graduation, family get-together, and parties of any sort.
Now, the Boyatu district of the Apostolic Church in Cameroon has a new pastor, or prophet. Reverend Pastor Edet Hanshaw was inducted yesterday, Sunday, November 6, 2022, at the Apostolic Church of Bokwango. Emanuela C. attended the service and now reports.
A line of ministers of God from the Apostolic Church of Cameroon, all present to witness and be part of this great event, the induction of the shepherd of the Apostolic Church of Cameroon, Bokwango District 2, Reverend Prophet Edet Henshaw Ejo. Just like a sheep without a shepherd since 2019, Reverend Prophet Henshaw is here to fill the gap that has been vacant for a long time. Here are his first words after his induction.
I have many things to put in place, which has not yet been revealed, but I believe that as time goes on, it will start materialize, because God is my helper.
A welcome like never before, Pastor Penn Henderson shared a message from the Word of God from 2 Kings chapter 4, verse 8 to 13, with the caption, "The Power of Honor."
We are grateful that God has sent a prophet to us, a man with an oil. And that is why I was led, prompted by the Spirit to minister on what I captioned, the power of honor. And to let people know that the honor you give to people is the same honor you will receive.
His collaborators wished him blessings and wisdom as he leads the Christians of Bokwango.
I pray that he should have a fatherly heart to overlook children. Children at times may be wayward, but as a father, you whip with the left hand and you pull with the right hand.
Of God, he is a prophet, and God is already directing him. One thing I will tell him is that he should be connected more to God. He should be more closer to God, to hear more for the people, so that the community in this place will benefit from the grace, the marvelous grace that God has given to him.
A ceremony attended by pastors, deacons and deaconesses, Christians and friends, traditional rulers and business persons. Reverend Prophet Henshaw Ejo Edet was described as a man with great organizational skills, while the church pledged their support as he leads the Apostolic Church of Bukwango District 2.
On to health, our reporter dwells on stomach cancer, considered a silent killer of all cancers, as they are difficult to detect with very low survival rates. Bukengo Worthy in this report highlights its causes, risk, symptoms, as well as ways to help reduce prevalence. Our report.
Accounting for more than 1 million new gastric cancer cases yearly, stomach cancer has become the fifth most common cancer around the world. Being the growth of abnormal cells in the stomach, the disease has 5 stages ranging from stage 0 and stages 1 through to 4, with each stage providing the severity of the disease so as to align with the 5-year survival rate and treatment procedure. Triggered by poor diet, family history, medical condition, certain genes, smoking, alcohol abuse, high intake of smoked food, consuming too much salty food, being male and older than 55, and bearing risk factors such as obesity, anemia, being blood type A, having a previous gastric operation, chronic gastritis, H. pylori infection, and more. Many are unaware of their stages, as the disease for most sufferers portray no sign or symptom until the last stage. This brings the 5-year survival rate to as low as 4% for stage 4 stomach cancer sufferers against the estimated 70%. Nonetheless, with early detection being key to survival, some signs and symptoms to watch out for include nausea, constipation, bloating, stomach pain, indigestion, bleeding, heartburn, weight loss, vomiting blood, stool mixed with blood, fatigue, and many more. To this regard, the World Health Organization encourages each and all to limit alcohol consumption, vaccinate children against diseases that puts them at risk for developing the disease, engage in physical activities or exercise, reduce salt intake, eat healthy balanced diet, together with regular visits at the hospital, so as to help combat the disease, reduce prevalence, as well as the estimated 770,000 deaths recorded yearly.
To sport, the 2022-23 Elite 2 season went underway over the weekend with some teams in action. The first set of results have been recorded with one game set to play tomorrow, while that of Dinamo and Racine have been carried forward. Sports lady Eyong Besong Magdala with details in this report.
A new Elite 2 season has begun, and with fairly good results. Some Pool A and B teams were in action this weekend, with Stade of Betwa hosting AS Lausanne in the opening game on Saturday and beat the visitors 2-1. Newly promoted Elite 2 side Victoria United FC of Limbe played host to Unisport du Honkam and emerged victors after a late strike that saw them defeat the opponent by 1-0. Foncho Street picked up a 1-0 win over AS FAP, while Brother Club Rangers FC of Bafut held Tonnerre to a 2-2 draw. Dinamo and Racine game have been shifted to a later date, while Leopard and Ofta of Kribi will be in action tomorrow for their own matchday 1 game. Over in Elite 1, Colombe remains leaders of Pool A with now 11 points after urging Jiko FC 2-1 yesterday. They are closely followed by Canon Sportif of Yaoundé on the table with 9 points after a 2-1 win over Stade Renard of Melon. Meanwhile, Bambutus FC of Mbuda are unbeatable till date in the ongoing championship after winning all 4 games and are top of Pool B with 12 points. Alto Football Club of Douala and Apeje Sonfo are the bottom 2 in Pool B with 3 points and 2 points respectively, while PWD of Bamenda are in danger as they have failed to beat Avion yesterday and now sit second to the last position in Pool A above Njiko FC, who are last in the pool.
And to news out of Cameroon, a Tanzanian plane on board 43 passengers has crashed into Lake Victoria, killing at least 19 persons. The tragic incident occurred Sunday, November 6, 2022. Details on this and more with Nicole Taco.
On to what's making headline news in Africa today. At least 19 persons have been confirmed dead after a Tanzanian plane crashed into Lake Victoria. 43 people, including 39 passengers, 2 pilots and 2 crew members, were on the flight from the economic capital Dar es Salaam to Bukoba, a town on the shores of the lake, Africa's largest and source of the Nile. The tragic incident occurred on Sunday, November 6, 2022. The rescue team succeeded in lifting the plane out of water using cables and crans. The incident has been attributed as a result of bad weather. The 26 people rescued were immediately rushed to a hospital. Tanzanian President Samia Suluhu Hassan expresses her condolences to those affected by the crash, asking people to remain calm while the rescue operation continues. And now in Ghana, hundreds have taken to the street of the capital, Accra, calling for the resignation of President Nana Akufo-Addo following records of inflation and the government's handling of the economic crisis. After promising a Ghana without aid, President Akufo-Addo urges Ghanaians to support his decision in seeking for a loan of $3 billion from the International Monetary Fund to cope with record inflation and the collapse of its currency, cedis. Most of the demonstrators could be seen in the street with t-shirts bearing the slogan, "You might as well kill me." The president's move to seek the help from International Monetary Fund has raised fears that the government will impose measures which will further burden a population already struggling with soaring prices. And lastly, a strike by Kenyan Airways pilot has led to dozens of flights being cancelled, affecting thousands of passengers. The airline has faced years of losses and pilots are striking over retirement funds and the payment of all salaries stopped during COVID-19 pandemic. Transport Minister Kipchumba Murkomen says the strikers are being unreasonable. Angry passengers could be seen queued at airport, with many only learning their flight were cancelled when they arrived to check in. The pilots announced the strike in defiance of a court order against industrial actions and have given no indication of how long it would last.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of today's edition of Prime News on My Media Prime Television. We received technical assistance from Ewane and Nolinga. Today's edition was coordinated by Faith Tata Berinyo. My name is Fon Quinter. Prime comes up just after the news. Have a blessed evening in the company of more programs, and the African Eye. Good night.